Everybody, welcome back to Prosers after a long break.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and start off with a company that we wish was sponsoring us, and that's Breckenridge Brewery. On this episode, we're drinking their Christmas ale.
Hell yeah, man.
I like that.
That is delicious.
It's very good. It's very, it's like kind of IPA-esque, full-bodied winter warmer.
It says it's an ale, man. So
Yeah, so it's very, like, hoppy.
Is it spiced? You know who really has a good beer? Megadeth.
Oh my god.
That Tout Le Monde?
Yeah.
What?
So every time I I don't have a problem with Megadeth.
Yes.
But every time I see, no, I don't. Every time I see the Megadeth beer, it reminds me of the Iron Maiden beer, and I can only imagine the kind of people that drink the Iron Maiden beer.
Yeah, but Iron Maiden's totally a different crowd.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's like where my brain, that's the thought process at which that it goes. I'm gonna scoot over here so I'm a little bit more.
I mean, I gotta admit, I'm actually not as into Megadeth these days.
You haven't really listened to Megadeth since I was like in high school.
No, I listen to them a lot. I'm just more quiet about it. But they had a thing go on this year, and he fired his bass player.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, dude, I don't think I like Megadeth as much anymore now.
Because you don't have the bass player?
He kind of made the band, in my opinion. One of the things about that band that really, it was like big for me was as a bass player, I was into thrash metal. I've always been into thrash metal. And then my buddy really pushed me to listen to him because I didn't want to. Because like the lead singer always seemed like kind of a prick. I later on got an idea that no, maybe the band he got kicked out of, those guys were real douches too.
That's a possibility.
However, when I really gave them a shot and started listening to their stuff, it was like they let their bass player play. And that guy is amazing. He's been very inspirational for me as a bass player in metal music.
Yeah.
So to have that guy get kicked out of the band, it's
dude,
what's it gonna be like now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, so what? So what if he was like, I don't know what happened. Okay, like supposedly what happened was they found the bass player was like having cyber sex with his girlfriend or something, all consensual, but then his girlfriend did a really fucked up thing and leaked it. And that was grounds for him to get terminated from the band. Right. It's a fucking metal band, bro. Like, what's more metal than having your dick out for the whole world to see?
Yeah, that's pretty metal.
That's fucking metal. So, I don't get it.
Did they fire him or did he quit? Oh.
They fired him.
Oh.
And even went furthermore to say, like, there is no chance in hell that Ellison will ever be in the band again. And it's like, dude,
I wonder if there's more of a story than just that.
Always there is, right? There's always at least 3 sides to any story.
Yeah.
I found. You know, because perspective is something that lies to you. I've dealt with enough people in my life that have believed wholeheartedly of something that was said or done that wasn't said or done. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's more to it.
Right.
But it's kind of shitty. And not to mention, I'm emotionally connected to that guy's playing. I can admit that. That's like Clint Lowry from Sevendust. I'm emotionally attached to the way that guy plays and sings. And when he went back to Sevendust, I was like, it felt like someone finally came home.
Right.
For me.
Yeah, because he came back on
Cold Day Memory.
Cold Day Memory. That's the one. That was the first like Sevendust album I've ever listened to as well.
He recorded with the band again on Cold Day Memory. However, when they dropped Chapter 7, Hope and Sorrow, that was when they brought him back. That was kind of jacked up. They just recorded the album, and they recorded with the guy they'd been recording with for like 3 albums.
Right.
And then they were like, hey, he's coming back, man, I'm sorry. And he went on tour with that record.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Drama. Always drama. Human beings are nothing but drama.
Yeah, I guess so.
But, yeah, that's how I feel about some musicians. It's like there's certain styles like a person's musical style. It almost like comes out of them. It's like, I don't know if it's part of your DNA or something. Like, 12 different people can pick up an instrument, and almost every one of those people is going to have a different way of approaching those strings. Even though it's the same strings, even though there's only 12 tones.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting. But anyways, for those of you who are here to talk about video games, I will make sure and put a link in the description that skips to the video game stuff in case you're not much of a metal music guy. We are, and it comes out every now and then.
In which case, eat dicks. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could definitely eat a dick.
Holy shit, you actually got behind me on that. You're usually doing like some kind of like PSA, like, and we're not meaning that anybody who doesn't like it, you know, maybe you like dicks, and that's okay too. Like, you remember that?
It is okay to like dicks.
It is okay.
Yeah, it's very okay to like dicks. So, anyways, the game that we are talking about today is something that you actually picked, so I'm going to let you introduce it.
Resident Evil, motherfucker!
Which one?
Biohazard.
Yeah. Resi 7.
Resi 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I've ever heard it called that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's all I've ever known it as, Resi 7.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was about time, really. Is like, this is one of the games that we probably should have played when we first started this podcast because it had already been out. But since we've hit kind of a slow thing and we don't know where we're going to go until I can get a updated console.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? There's some really good games that we've not even touched.
Exactly.
So why not start with something like that? It's fucking Halloween by the time this comes out.
That's
it's gonna be February. But just so you know, when we recorded this, it was October 28th.
Yep, it's October 28th. It's like 4 days before Halloween.
Fitting, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think it was a good pick, too. I think this is like the first... It sounds kind of fucked up, but I think this is like the first game that's been like 100% your idea that like we didn't like we didn't like jointly decide on.
Yeah.
But I remember like, oh, what should we do for the next game? You're like, I want to try the new Resident Evil game or Resident Evil Biohazard. I was like, all right, cool, let's try that.
Yep.
But have you been playing anything else? Shocker, Jeremiah hasn't played fucking anything else.
No. I have an embarrassing confession. I have been playing a lot of Fortnite.
So, in other words, I'm taking applications for a new podcast. I'll leave my email in the description if you can just shoot me an email.
They made a lot of leaps and bounds, man.
Oh, shut
It's better. It's better by a lot.
You sound like a heroin addict.
I'm just saying.
I only use it like once
every
now and then. I can stop whenever I want.
I don't know if they worked on the servers or what, but it seems more streamlined lately. When I first started playing the game, people can argue that it was
all video games are cool.
What?
So
Am I done talking?
No, I'm just saying.
Am I done talking?
All video games are cool. Go ahead and talk about your shit.
I don't know. I don't know if it was just my internet service back then, and people could argue that your connection plays a big role in it. However, it's not like it used to be. When I would play that game, there was other online games that I played also, and they were not as laggy as this one was, which was one of the main reasons why I fucking hated this game. You'd be looking at someone, and you're shooting at them, and you swear to God you're hitting them. You're missing every shot, and then you would get killed by somebody who had just crested the hill, but by the time you got shot, it was like they were on top of you. That's how laggy this game was from my chair in my living room, anyway.
Yeah.
And not to mention, okay, right now, the girlfriend that I have, she has an Xbox, and that's one of the very few games that we can play cross-platforms. So
right.
That's where we're at right now. We've also done Call of Duty.
Which one?
I fucking hate Call of Duty.
See, I like Call of Duty. It's fun. I don't
What's that one that it's just a battle royale.
Oh, Warzone.
Warzone.
Yeah,
I
Warzone.
played some Warzone.
Warzone's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I've been trying to see if I can get everybody together on it, because that'd be more fun.
I'm not much of a Warzone player, but I'd be down.
Cool.
It's kind of funny, we started this podcast, and we used to, a lot of the games that we started on were co-op games, and we used to play together a lot.
Yep. We used to hang out a lot too. We don't do that either.
I'm sorry.
No, it's I think that it's not anything personal. It's like, dude, like we do this.
Yeah.
If we hung out more, we wouldn't have a fucking thing to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I think that comes into play. I think the fact that
It's an easy way to catch up.
I'm really trying to, in my financial aspect, the contracting stuff that I've been doing this year and getting back into the fences and doing stage work again. It's like I'm busy too.
Right.
You know, and then you got a job where you work the most ridiculous, god awful hours.
I like my hours.
I know you do.
I like my hours. I like
A
my...
person would have to like their hours if they were working at night when everybody else is dead. Severed of all human contact, except for meth heads and prostitutes, which is almost sounds fun, but you know, not exactly what I would be good for. You know, I think it takes a special human being to do that, and I respect you for it. I'm just gonna talk a lot of shit.
That's okay.
I do respect it. But yeah, our lives are busy as shit.
Yeah.
We're going through a lot of transition too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's another big thing of it too. But I mean, I know when you picked Resident Evil Biohazard, that was kind of a good excuse for me to play the game, because I always told myself like, oh, like I want to play this game. I want to play this game. I need to play this game. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah.
You know, it was always one of those games where I just kind of kept pushing it to the back burner. I just recently caught up with a game that I've been pushing to the back burner for a while. That's Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is about that game, but it is addicting.
Is that going to be our next one then?
Maybe. I don't know that if I like it. And I don't know. This sounds kind of stupid, but I don't like doing reviews on games that I'm really mediocre about. So, like, basically, I can cover our Lost podcast now of Code Vein. Thank you. See, that's how mediocre that game was.
This is a piece of shit.
So Code Vein is like one of those games. Like I didn't really have fun making that podcast because like basically all we did is like every section of the podcast was like, yeah, like it works.
Yeah.
I guess like it's a functioning video game.
Yeah.
But like that's boring to me, and I think that's why I was pushing Assassin's Creed Odyssey back so long, because like it. And I don't mean that it's mediocre in a bad way, but it's not like a game that is like a game changer. Like something that I really enjoy because, or that I so far, that I like really enjoy because of the story, or I really enjoy because of the gameplay. It's just a fun video game, and it's not really something that I could like talk about for an extended period of time.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a good game. I like playing it.
Well, isn't it like, don't the... Oh, sorry, Doc. But don't the Assassin's Creeds have like a certain formula that they kind of follow?
More or less. I would say this is like... So, Origins is kind of the one that broke away from the Assassin's Creed formula. I mean, it's still, like, Odyssey is still very much an Assassin's Creed game.
Okay.
Like, you fucking jump into it and you're like, I know exactly what the fuck to do. Like, and that kind of familiarity of it is what, I guess, sort of draws me to it. The setting of it is cool, like ancient Greece and like Sparta versus Athens. That's a pretty cool setting. The main character, Cassandra. Well, you can pick Cassandra or whatever the dude's name is. I chose Cassandra.
Obviously, because you said whatever the dude's.
Yeah, well, so I chose Cassandra because I read online that like canonically the way the writers came up with the game is Cassandra is the main character.
Okay.
And they just chose to have the function to where you can play as the male character,
okay.
Which I think is her brother, I think. But yeah, so the game and story was originally written to function as Cassandra as the main character, which is why I picked it. And then also too, my wife was kind of proud of me because I booted up the game and I just immediately picked the female character. She was like, "You're picking the female character?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of tired of playing as dudes." Like, she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like,
there's a lot of sausage in these games.
Well, I mean, and honestly,
we need some estrogen.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, I've been playing video games since, I don't know, probably like 2002. And, I mean, with the exception of Tomb Raider, I can't really think of any video games up until recently where the main protagonist was a female.
Right.
You know, like, it does grow tiresome. Where it's like, I'm tired of playing, like, the surly fucking dude in every video game since like the conception, like since the inception of video games. Like Pong probably had a male character, you know. I mean, that's kind of an obvious extreme example, but like
it was straight up. I mean,
it's true, yeah. No curves, nothing.
It was hard as shit.
So
that looks like a male character.
Like recently, like I've been, you know, some of these games that I've been playing that have like these strong female leads, I've been really enjoying it. I mean, like Abby from The Last of Us Part 2 is like probably one of my favorite characters in video games. I just finished Kena, Bridge of Spirits, which was a fucking amazing game.
Okay.
That game was so good, very heartwarming. It was kind of like one of those. It was definitely a game more geared towards children, I would say, but it was kind of like that like Pixar movie kind of story where it just like it had enough depth to it to keep you engaged, but the world building was great. That had a female lead. Now Assassin's Creed Odyssey had a female lead. I'm trying to think of some other games. When they rebooted the Tomb Raider series, all of those games I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me how into that you were.
Yeah, and I still need to finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's another one that I haven't finished, and I need to. But I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting, at least in video games, it's kind of like music. You know what I mean? You listen to the same shit all the time, and then it all starts sounding the same.
Yes.
You need a break. And I think I'm starting to get, and that's kind of like why I think over the past like probably 4 years or so, I've really started to get into some of those like niche like genres of games, like the, you know, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, like the story-driven games, or games with like different, like really different like storytelling mechanics, like walking simulators, like What Becomes of Edith Finch, Everyone's Gone to Rapture, Firewatch. Like all those games they're not action based, and so I've been enjoying them because it's a break. You know what I mean? I still love to get on Call of Duty and shoot fucking like play Shoot the Gun 7 or whatever the fuck first person shooter is out back here.
Shoot the gun.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the fuck it is.
Yeah. So I do enjoy getting on and still playing those games and playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey and playing you know like Resident Evil, Biohazard and stuff like that. Which Resident Evil Biohazard was kind of like a break from the mundane for me.
It was definitely way out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah. It was kind of like a break from like that mundane, I guess like video games. You know what I mean? Because like more or less like a lot of video games have this kind of like universal formula.
You're an overpowered hero.
Yeah.
You smash everything. You kill everything. You have to avoid obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you can absolutely jump over any hurdle.
Yeah.
You can wield any weapon.
I think that's actually why I really enjoyed playing the Death Stranding a lot. Because it wasn't a video game. It was very different.
Weird.
And I know a lot of people did not like it because it was weird, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I guess just to kind of bring that back to like the Code Vein thing, we can sum up our entire like hour-long review of Code Vein of
which I still recommend you should drop that. Even if you drop it as a double, since we're doing this one and you're happy with this one.
Yeah.
We need content, dude.
We do.
And people probably would just enjoy listening to it anyway. We have a lot of people that listen to our podcast that don't even fucking play video games.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyways, I guess let's go ahead and start talking about Resident Evil Biohazard. So, your game, you start.
Alright. So graphics?
Yeah, graphics.
I believe that the graphics were very well done, and they were very detailed. It was disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, so one of the things that I really enjoyed, that I always enjoy about these like kinds of more like linear games is because the game is confined. It's in a confined space. They do a much better job of like making it feel real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, like yeah, like you get like a let's say Red Dead Redemption 2, beautiful game. Horizon Zero Dawn, also a very beautiful open world game, but it doesn't have that like texture
And detail.
and like that real. It doesn't have that feel to it that some of these more linear games have.
I feel like there's this vastness to open world games.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, it's huge, but there's all this void.
Yeah, there can be a lot of
You know,
void.
there's like, okay, there's trees and there's grass.
Mhm.
What else is there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, even on Spider-Man.
Mhm.
I thought it was cool that they had windows that you could see inside the apartments, but the apartments were not that fucking detailed.
No,
They
no.
were very rendered and they looked kind of cheap.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about more linear games like this one,
Mm-hmm.
is that they can take the time to flesh out everything, even down to the fucking texture on the walls.
Yeah.
You know, like you're looking around in the very first level, and you're wandering around this apartment, and it's like you can see somebody used to live here. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it feels like.
It's yeah. They in these more like linear games, they nail that like atmosphere piece of it.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if it's like texture details necessarily or like lighting or like what it is, or if it's just something that they do in the level design that does make it feel more tangible.
Mhm.
Like you're like, this is a real place.
Yeah.
Because even games that were like older than this one, like the first Outlast game, which fair warning, I'm going to be comparing this game to the Outlast series a shitload in this review.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Okay.
Because I mean I've never played a Resident Evil game before this, so it's really the only thing I have to compare it to.
I played some of 2
Yeah.
back when I had a Sega Dreamcast.
It's a little before my time, bro.
That was a while ago, son.
So that's really the only thing that I have to compare it to in this genre. I mean, like I played like Amnesia a little bit, but I think as far as like actual games that I put hours into, Outlast is the closest thing to this that I've played. But yeah, even the first Outlast game, everything about that asylum felt very palatable. It was almost like it appealed to. It was crazy because in this game gave me kind of the same feel, where really the only thing that's being stimulated is your eyes, your hearing, and your sense of touch with like the vibration on the controller and stuff like that. But somehow, with the way all that stuff ties in together, it almost stimulates some of the other senses that you have. Like in like the opening scene where they're feeding you that like disgusting like you can almost smell that shit, man. Like it's oh man, like
They did a good job.
they do a really good job at that, and that kind of immersion piece I think is what really that like graphical and like performance immersion, because I never had any performance issues with the game at all.
I don't think I did either.
Which is good because I think that can be with this kind of game, like it's so easy to break out of that immersion. Like it's so easy to have like that one like instance of like a video game moment.
Yeah.
And then like the whole immersion is just broken, and then you're like, oh, like I'm in a video game. Like it's almost like you get sucked back into reality when that happens. like you're like, oh, like this is that's right. I'm sitting on my couch playing a video game.
Yeah. And when you're playing a horror game, that's not what you're going for.
No,
That's
no,
not what
it's
you
not.
signed up for.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think everything about the game looked great. It played great. I didn't even really have like any kind of issues with the performance of the game, which I think would be kind of expected with a name like Resident Evil.
I don't know. Do you mean that you would expect performance problems?
No, I would expect good performance.
Well, it's Capcom.
Yeah.
Should be done right.
very solid developer for sure. Yeah, I don't really have any other notes on graphics and performance other than just they really nailed it.
Yeah, it was.
They did. Like every part of the house.
So cool.
Yeah, every part of the house feels different too. Like every part of the mansion feels different.
They did a really good job on like making stuff believable. There's this creature that you fight the first time that you fight him. You're in this like, it seems like a stable, and they release this thing, and this motherfucker is puking everywhere, and it looks gross.
Yeah.
like just they did it so fucking good that you can see the fluid and the way it travels in the air, and it like the texture of it. I was just like, oh, that's fucking bile. That's straight up bile.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things, really cool.
Yeah. I can only imagine playing this game in VR, man.
I wanted to. I bought the VR version. I'm going back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good VR that I can buy for cheap.
Obviously I have the newer console, so I'm waiting for the VR 2 to come out before I invest in a PlayStation VR, because I feel like for me to go back to the PSVR will work with my console, no problem, but it doesn't really seem much sense for me to go back if they're just going to release a new one, unless it was like I found one on Marketplace for like $100 or something like that.
The cheapest I found is $200.
Yeah.
And one of them came with like 4 VR games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on that yet because it's almost Christmas and I gotta buy presents for children.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on going to Florida this Christmas.
Oh yeah, go back and see your family.
$1,000, and yeah, it's gonna be like $1,000 in fuel. I did the math. Jesus Christ.
That's about typical.
Can we invade Iraq already?
Again.
No, for real. And just get oil for cheap again.
Oh my god.
I'm so sick of this shit.
Fuck. I know, I miss when gas was cheap. But I don't really have anything. It's tough when games do shit really good. Because it's hard to nitpick it.
That's how you know it's a good game.
Yeah, which I guess I don't know. I could be kind of nitpicky, like. Fuck, I don't know. Like
Alright, you know what? The maggots don't fall out of the tins when you flip them upside down. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, that's some fucking bullshit.
Why would you give me the option to flip it over and then the maggots don't fall out? You know, Capcom, you really fucked up on that one.
There we go.
Okay? There could have been something in the bottom of the tin that you would only know that if you shook all the maggots out. Okay? Why do the maggots defy gravity when that's ridiculous? That's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Right there.
Yeah. We got one. I got nothing else. So Capcom, good job on your graphics and performance. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to audio. So my console supports 3D audio, and I was able to use it with this game, and holy shit, does that help with the immersion on it? Like playing this game with headphones on, I feel like is a necessity.
Okay. I have a surround sound at home, and I play mostly surround sound.
Mm-hmm.
But even that was impressive.
Yeah, I feel like with a game like this, experiencing it, I mean, like if you're gonna do it, you gotta fucking do it right, you know? Like turn all the fucking lights off, maybe light a fucking creepy candle or something like that in the corner of the room. Make sure it's fucking. Open up all your windows so when the fucking stray cat moves outside, you're like, fuck! And then you can't sleep for 3 days.
That's
like, yeah, if you're gonna fucking do it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that playing this game with headphones on is almost a necessity. I mean, personally, I think playing a game with headphones on is a much better experience, anyways.
And I can't argue that.
Mm-hmm.
My situation is just different. Like my girl was helping me play the video game, so it would be kind of fucked up to like, okay, now if only you could hear. That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But I do believe you. I'm sure that it was killer. But surround sound's not bad either.
Yeah, I know.
It came out alright.
The audio of it was great. The only thing that I didn't fucking like was the gun sounds.
Why?
They were not diverse at all.
Cow, cow, cow.
Yeah.
Cow, cow.
Like, I mean, the shotgun sounded a little different. Yeah. I'm like, alright, cool, I guess we took all our sound samples from like the original fucking Resident Evil back in 1990.
So what do you mean? Like, maybe it could have resonated differently off or reverberated differently off of different types of interiors?
Yeah, like that. Or even just like having the gun sound a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because that was like, so that's kind of one of the appeals to Call of Duty for me. Each gun has a different sound.
Yeah.
They have different like kind of textures when you reload it, like different audio textures when you reload it and stuff like that. It kind of makes it more unique. I mean, with this one, it was like all the fucking handguns sounded like a fucking just regular, like generic gun sound. The rifles also sounded like regular generic guns, and then like really, like genuinely, the only one that I could differentiate from the actual the way the gun sounded was the shotgun. And that could just be me. I could just be, a fucking piggy jackass.
I don't even think about it. I know the handgun sound like a handgun, the fucking shotgun sound like a shotgun. I don't know, I didn't think about it.
I mean, that was just one thing that I noticed. And again, I guess that's just me being kind of nitpicky with it. I noticed that a lot of for a game that, we talk about like that kind of immersion break and stuff like that. I wish that they would have paid more attention to the sounds of the flooring.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like even just small stuff. Like if you're walking on wood floors and you hear the floors creak.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Like that would have added a lot.
Oh, that's true.
That would have added a lot of immersion. And like that kind of stuff doesn't really happen. It's just like those little minor things that, like, yes, like the sound of the wood floor is different than the sound of walking on like the metal catwalks in the garage or something.
Linoleum floors.
Yeah, like it's a different sound. But like, imagine like how much higher that immersion level is if like when you're walking on that metal grate up on top of the garage, when you stop, you hear the fucking scaffolding shift. And like clack off of stuff, or when you're walking around, because Outlast does this. See, there's an Outlast reference. All right, I'm gonna do this. Anyone in the comments that counts the number of Outlast references that I make and gives me an exact number in the comment section, I will give you a shout out in the next video.
Wow. I was gonna say, let's play a drinking game and somebody take a shot every time you say Outlast.
You can do that at home. If you want to get real fucked up, drink every time I say the word like.
Oh my god. I'm glad that you chilled out on that and everything like that kind of shit. We went to this person's house and he was going to rebuild their small engine, and he's talking to this lady, and I swear to you, after about maybe a minute, a good solid minute, I didn't hear fucking anything he was saying anymore. All I heard was, and everything like that, and all of that, and stuff like that, and everything like that, and I was like, oh my god, dude, please stop doing that. I was like, why are you doing this? You're way more articulate than this.
I am.
I was like, why are you doing this?
So, anyways, and that's just some minor complaints with the audio version. Now we're gonna have some fucking conversational whiplash here.
Yeah. Hey, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We got time to film this.
So, now that we're done talking shit about it, let's get back to the game.
Oh shit.
I'm fucking nice. I don't pick on you too much during the podcast.
That's your fault.
I don't tell them about how ugly you are.
They can see that. That's not even like a thing. That's obvious.
At least with this game, it wasn't too video gamey. So Jeremiah was like, "What the fuck you mean I can't fucking drop a nuke on the fucking house?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
This is fucking stupid.
What the fuck you mean it's a survival game? What do you mean I don't have unlimited reloads? This is bullshit. I only got 5 bullets for my guns. Fucking dumb.
All these guns have kickback. This game sucks.
Fucking stupid.
There we go.
Fuck, what was I even talking about? Oh, right, the audio immersion. So yeah, just having that small stuff.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah, like floors creaking, but they did it with some stuff. So like, if you notice, like if you open a door slow, like that's
cool.
That's cool.
But it's the same creak every time.
It's the exact same creak every time.
Like got what, 5 different doors?
Yeah, exactly.
5 different samples.
It's like a fucking giant ass like iron double door. I don't think that's what the fucking iron door is sound like.
No,
and then like if you just open it quick, it's the same sound, just faster.
Did you scare yourself at first when you noticed that there was this thing where you make footsteps throughout the game, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's fun, but if you are knelt down for some reason, and if you're looking down and you turn, you can hear your footsteps a little bit louder. And here's how you make your steps. You go. The first couple times that happened to me, I like lost my shit.
I feel like something's chasing me.
I thought something was running up on me real fast. I turned around and heard. I went, whoa! And I scared the shit out of myself so. It was crazy. You should not play video games when you're tired either. Because I am one of these people. I've noticed this ever since I was a kid. Here's a little secret about me. The other day, I was doing a job and I worked so late that I finished the job by the headlights of the truck. And it was starting to get windy and it was starting to get cold. And I was starting to get very tired.
Mm-hmm.
Almost deliriously tired.
Oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
I put on my hoodie.
Uh-huh.
And at one point, I started to turn around, and you know how you turn your head as you turn?
Yeah.
Your hoodie doesn't move.
Yeah.
So I thought for a split second that somebody was behind me in the dark, and I pissed my pants. I hadn't had anything to drink.
Oh, man.
I am of sound mind.
You just fucking...
When I get tired, I get jumpy as fuck.
Oh, man.
Everything scares me.
Oh.
And that's weird because I don't usually scare easily.
Yeah. No,
I usually scare people. That's like my thing.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
I-
fucking piece of shit.
Do you remember when I scared you when you first moved in this in this house, and you went to go to the bathroom, and I waited for you in the living room, and when you came out, I went, ah! And you went, ah! And you balled over your pants like this. I fucking hate you! I did that to myself with a hoodie.
With your own fucking clothes.
With a hoodie. So, I played this game tired, and that's where that came from. I scared the shit out of myself.
Oh, man.
I hated this game, by the way, for the first 2 hours.
Mm.
And we'll get down to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, audio was really good.
Mm-hmm. Voice acting is good, too.
It wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like people were just reading lines.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some games that are like that.
Yeah.
It can be like a really good production, and then they kind of just on the recording.
Assassin's Creed.
Really?
Yeah. Odyssey has... It's really hit and miss. Like, some of the delivery on the lines is great. Like, you'll get, like, most of the ones from the main character are decent. But some of the people you get, like, the missions from, they're real fucking hit and miss.
Really?
Like, you'll come up on some dude, and, he'll be like, I don't know, like, let's say, like, someone killed one of their friends.
Okay.
You might get one guy, like, you roll up on him, they took my friend Theos, they took his life. We need revenge. And you're like, okay, yeah, like decent delivery.
Okay.
And then the next guy you get, my friend Theos, they took his life. Help me. I need revenge. And you're like, I remember. So I'm hanging off on this dock, right? There's water below me.
Yeah.
This guy walks up to the dock. I stab him and pull him off the dock, and he goes,
No!
That exact noise,
That's a fucking retake, guys. If that's the best that your guy can give you.
What I wonder is if maybe, like, they took a clip from somewhere else where a guy's going, like trying to think, and then they, like, we'll just use that.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It was bad. Like, just stab him.
Talk about breaking the immersion.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be sitting there going, what the fuck? When you're playing a game.
I mean, sometimes it's kind of fun.
I guess.
You know.
It's fun to make fun of.
Yeah, it's fun to make fun of.
Jesus Christ, guys.
You know, like when we play like that abortion of that fucking Star Wars game. Like, that's fun to make fun
There
of.
are so many voice actors out there. Not even people that are like Kevin Conroy level, but there's so many voice actors out
Or like
there
Nolan North.
that
Yeah.
care about what they're doing, and this is their craft. Start hiring those people. Stop in-house recording with your
Stop going and grabbing the custodian.
Yeah, or
Hey, read this.
yeah, no shit. Or some guy who's like, he's been programming all day and just wants to fucking go home. What are you guys doing?
I don't know.
Get some real voice actors.
But fortunately, this game did not suffer from that.
Ugh.
And all the deliveries and the lines were very good, very believable. Like the, I really like when you first start the game and you get the phone call. Like that, there's something about the delivery of, shit, what's the other chick's name? Not your girlfriend. Mia's your girlfriend, right?
Right.
What's the other chick?
I don't remember.
Shit, I don't remember her name either. Look it up.
Yeah, go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, so, like, when you pick up that phone, there's something about the delivery of the girl on the line that makes it... I mean, like, yeah, there's, like, the audio effect that tells you, like, hey, this is on the phone. But there's something about her delivery in there. It makes you feel like you're talking to somebody on the phone.
Yes.
That someone's giving you instructions over the phone.
Not to mention, like, how cool was that they had a wired phone? I was like looking at that going, man, people aren't even gonna know what a dial tone is.
What the
Or
fuck
what the
is
fuck
that?
a dial tone is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's looking like Zoe.
Zoe. I knew it started with a Z. I thought it was Zoe or something like that. Yeah, so Zoe. When Zoe calls you on that wired phone in the first area, that was pretty cool. Like, just something about that delivery that just hit just right.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you see that in other games and stuff like that.
Uh-oh.
And oh shit, I fucking said it. That's the first time. I think it's acceptable.
I feel like it's the third time tonight, but it is the first time on camera.
Yeah, it's the first time on camera.
Yeah, you're getting better.
Getting better. Getting there. Maybe one day I'll learn how to fucking talk.
You do fine. This is a recent development.
Yeah. I don't
You
know.
actually have not been doing that for like
To be fair,
a while.
when we did that, it was summertime, and I was like, my brain was like cooked for working all the time.
I get it.
So there's definitely a possibility with that there, you know. You just get that fucking...
There's a few, yeah, there's a few episodes in our catalog right now where you can tell I was getting worked to death.
Yeah.
Because, like, I even looked tired on camera. Because
I can see the fucking bags from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
One of
shit.
those things. Even my bags have bags.
Oh my god. We're double bagging it right now.
Yeah. Any other notes on audio and voice acting? Anything that really stood out to you?
Nothing that stands out. I think it was just well done. I liked it. Fuck, man.
I think this suffers from like the opposite problem that Code Vein did. Code Vein. Again, I can't
It
fucking
doesn't
talk.
even deserve to be spoken correctly.
Yeah, like and the same thing. It's like the opposite effect of Code Vein. Like Code Vein did everything really mediocre.
Wonky.
Yeah, like everything was like
jank.
Yeah, like it's a video game, I guess.
Yep.
This one is like the opposite problem.
Yeah.
Where it's like they just did a good job.
It
And
was
so
so well done that it's hard to even think about what it was like, because you kind of feel like, well, yeah, that's what it should sound like.
yeah. Yeah.
No news is good news, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, other than my few little nitpicky things about the audio design, that's really all I got on audio and voice acting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Next.
Gameplay. Gameplay.
Fuck this game.
I don't know. You say that at the start of every time we bring up the gameplay section of every fucking game. It doesn't matter if he likes it or not. That's the first thing.
It's almost like
this game.
I almost don't like video games.
I think you
I
fucking
swear to
don't,
God.
bro.
I think I don't sometimes.
Like Ghost of, like, I feel like if we go back and we watch the Ghost of Tsushima podcast, which we both fucking love that game, we get to the gameplay section, you're like, fuck this game.
Yeah. No, the only thing that I have problems with, and it makes sense, is that there's no fucking dodge. This dude has no sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, if I was living through this shit, I'd be sprinting everywhere I went.
Even the sprint mechanic still feels like a power walk.
No shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Like, I played games where there's a dodge. You can push the dodge button and the direction you want to dodge, and that's the way that you'll step to get out of the way of swinging objects or biting creatures. And it's fucking helpful, and this motherfucker doesn't have that. So I'm screaming at the game through a good chunk of the game. I'm just like, get the fuck out of the way!
Yeah. It's one of those things too, like if you get stuck in a corner, you might as well just reload your next save. Because you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen.
They're gonna smack the shit out of you, and then you're gonna die.
Yeah, and they're gonna have sex with your dead body.
Oh.
Let's be honest, they probably would.
Ophelia, come here.
Yeah. I mean, they already got cannibalism down, so...
Well, actually, it's coming in cold. So.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, no. You did not just fucking say that on camera. Oh, my God. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah!
Oh, no.
It's always my goal to make you uncomfortable. I do this shit to you every time we go out somewhere, too.
You fucking did that. You grabbed your fucking leg. Oh my god, that was fucking bad. That was... Yeah, I'm gonna think about that for the next week. The next fucking week, that's gonna be on my mind.
Oh shit, did the visual make it like really solidified?
Oh man.
Cool.
Oh shit. I swear to God, if you never say that phrase again, I still won't be satisfied.
Oh shit.
If you never say that phrase again, it'll be too soon.
Oh my god.
God.
But anyway.
I'm fucking done, man. I can't do this with you anymore.
I can't fucking do this with you.
You're just a fucking disgusting human being.
I am!
Oh, fuck.
Something I tell people when they meet me is just so you know I have a debaucherous sense of humor.
Oh, God. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the game. I'm done talking. You made the fucking comment in the beginning. You're fucking fired, bro. Fortnite thing.
Oh shit!
You play Fortnite now, you say shit like that.
I've always said shit like
you're
that.
Fucking fired.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, that was awesome.
Holy shit. Alright, so anyways, now I'm gonna share my about the gameplay of the game. And then Jeremiah's fucking got us put on an FBI watch list. Jesus.
Oh, we can't share this one with your parents at all.
Oh fuck yeah, this is not safe for work. Oh shit. What if there's like someone like watching this like on their living room on a laptop and like their parents just walk in and you're just like, yes.
It's actually necrophilia. Cold. Cold. I'm so fucking done with you, dude. Hey man, you always get to say the cool shit. It's fucked up. I'm always laughing at you. God damn it, I'm not gonna be pulling no punches no more. I'm gonna say what's in my brain. You're welcome.
Oh my god.
Now that this video has been officially demonetized. We're not fucking monetized the first place. That's not hurting you. Fucking suing my brain. We're gonna get a cease and desist. You. What is this? A cease and desist from Capcom? What the fuck is this? Oh shit! The fucking writer from Resident Evil Biohazard's gonna be like,
I was fucked up, dog. I write fucking disturbing horror games and everything. That was fucked up.
puke. Oh fuck me.
Holy shit.
I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know where that Oh my god.
That's my favorite thing I've said all year.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's fucking up there. So anyways, back to the fucking video game. Yeah, so
Go ahead.
my thing with Resident Evil Biohazard is it's kind of the same thing as like all of these like modern survival horror games. It's either going to hit its mark with you or it's not. And one thing that if you haven't played a game like this that you need to get your mind wrapped around is you're playing hide and go seek for 10 hours.
Yeah, that was rough.
Mm-hmm.
That was really hard for me. I don't deal with those very well.
Yeah.
For the first 2 hours of this game, I hated this game. Until you finally start getting to where you're collecting an inventory that's decent. You know, because, what is it? It's like, at first you have nothing, and then you get a pocket knife.
Alright, so you just saw a magical cut and you notice that our microphones are gone now. We had kind of a technical issue with my computer, and it's not fucking working anymore, which is pretty sick. I broke my charger before we started the podcast.
Like, right before.
Right before. And I think the charging thing that I got going on is not fucking working out. So we're just going to finish the podcast with this shitty microphone here.
Well, it's not too bad.
It's not awful. It's very echoey,
Yeah.
for sure. It's pretty echoey. But anyways, yeah. So like we kind of mentioned, it's very hide and seeky.
Yes.
The game is very hide and seeky.
For about a good 2 hours. There's no equalizers. It's just running. It's so scary.
Yeah.
Very high stress.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time with it. And there was a part of me when I was playing the game where I was like, I pray to God the whole game isn't this. Because I don't think I can hang.
Mm-hmm.
But as the game progressed, you graduate and you get a fucking pocket knife. And then you get a gun.
Mm-hmm. Well, a different gun.
And then you realize that the gun doesn't do jack shit to the guy. But, yeah, at least the game graduates towards you becoming at least a force. However minimal of a force in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that works for me.
Right. So something that I kind of struggled with this game. Here's a Outlast reference number 3. So one thing that I enjoy about the Outlast games is that like constant tension.
Okay.
It's like you don't have any weapons, and all you really can do is hide and run.
Yeah.
And like that adds to that horror aspect of me, or the horror aspect of the game for me. But this game never really got there for me. Like it never really crossed over into that true like horror, like my fucking heart's beating faster, like my hands are sweaty, that like tunnel vision type thing that you get. Because you can ask my wife, any time I played Outlast, if my wife came up and like fucking walked by me or something, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah.
Like, I never got to that point with this game, which I was kind of hoping for. It just never really got there for me, and I think it was more just a creative difference between the two games, necessarily than like a bad gameplay part on Resident Evil's part. Because I'll tell you, like some of the things that I loved in the game are the puzzles.
Those
like
are fun.
the puzzles were so cool and so creative. I mean, even just like the first one that you come across with like the door, where you like have the statue of the little like carving of the bull or the horse or whatever, and you have to put it into the door.
Yes.
That was cool.
I like the ones where you had to cast the shadow just right, and it looked like just a glob of shit, but it was like, oh, it's a fucking spider.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool.
Yeah, that was really unique.
That's fun.
Yeah, the shadow ones were cool, and then like the what was it? There's like the room with the projector, and it's got like the little thing in it. That was another shadow one, wasn't it?
That was it. There was a couple.
There was a couple of them. Because I remember the one with the spider.
And
yeah.
an eagle.
Or
something like that.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of different ones, and it was pretty cool. So all of the like puzzle stuff I really enjoyed. Very like mid 2000s PS2 vibes on those puzzles for sure, which I really dig. That's like when we talk about like the original trilogy and Darksiders. That's what I loved about some of those games is the puzzles.
Yes.
Those environmental puzzles, and I really wish there were more games that did stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it is very satisfying, you know.
Stimulating too.
Yeah, it is. It's very stimulating, and it makes you kind of think out. Especially the shadow ones, they make you think like outside the box.
I remember
the
first time I saw the thing, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then it finally got suggested to me, like, I think you're supposed to manipulate the shape to kind of outline that. And I was like, alright, that sounds stupid, but alright, like, oh shit, I kind of see it.
Yeah.
Like, that is cool.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with that is fucking cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then like some of just the like general environmental puzzles also were pretty good.
How about that one where you had to pop all the balloons and the fucking clown?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was cool. I'll tell you something that this game in particular suffers from quite a bit. It's a difficult game, and you die a lot. Something that people don't really talk about with horror games is that when you die, it breaks that immersion.
What do you mean?
So, like, think about, like, let's take, like, the garage bit. Just as an example.
Okay.
Like, I'm using all, like, early game examples, because, like, if you guys played this game, I want you to know kind of what I'm talking about within the first couple hours of playing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the garage bit at the beginning with the dad, right? I think I died like maybe like 2 or 3 times during that little bit because you're kind of trying to figure out like what to do in there.
It's
right?
rough,
right? So,
yeah.
but it like these kinds of games build up so much anxiety around dying that when it happens multiple times in a row, that anxiety gets taken away more and more and more and more every time. And then eventually it's like, oh, like I just died. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It takes a... Versus, here we go, Outlast. And again, this could just be like a creative difference. I'm not saying that one game is better than the other. I'm saying that Outlast fulfilled that horror piece that Resident Evil didn't.
Okay.
Resident Evil filled different holes that Outlast didn't do for me either. Like the puzzle stuff and like kind of the more like action type stuff.
Was Resident
Evil. Versus Outlast is like straight like I'm gonna shit my fucking pants. Scared.
Was Resident Evil more of like fully fledged in a story than Outlast?
I wouldn't really say so, no.
Okay.
Not like more, I mean like it wasn't, one was more than the other. I would say Resident Evil 7. So when I say Outlast, I guess I should clarify, I'm generally speaking of Outlast 2. Because I don't really compare Outlast 1 to Resident Evil 7 at all.
Okay.
They're not even remotely the same game.
Okay.
Versus Outlast 2 and Resident Evil 7 have a lot more similarities.
Right.
So just know, like, if I say Outlast, generally I'm referring to Outlast 2, because number one, it's the most recent game in the series, and it does not, it doesn't have a lot of major differentiating features from Resident Evil 7 as compared to the first game.
Right.
So I would say that like they're kind of like the same when it comes to storytelling. That being said, Outlast does a very good job of making it so that there are really minimal opportunities for you to die.
Right.
There's not a lot of them. You'll maybe run across like 5 or 6 of them in the whole game. Like you're talking like an 8-9 hour game, and there's like, I mean, obviously like falling off a fucking cliff or something like that. Is a possibility, but being like actually killed by an enemy, or like one of the like cult members in Outlast 2, it really doesn't happen all that much. And I think that because of that, it maintains that tension.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like in the beginning, you have that tension. In the beginning of Resident Evil Biohazard, you have that tension. Because you're like sneaking around in this fucking living room, like,
yeah,
dude's like wandering around, and he busts through the fucking wall, and you're like, oh fuck, and then you're running away, and then your girlfriend tries to fucking kill you with a chainsaw. Like,
yeah.
it's all over the fucking place. So I think that as you progress through the game, like when you fight the dad the second time, when he's like the giant fucking booger or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
By the time I got to that point in the game, like I wasn't really afraid of dying anymore. It was just kind of part of the game. You know what I mean? Like I knew when I came into a new area, I was gonna get fucking lost. I was gonna get confused. Whatever was in the area was gonna kill me a couple of times, and then I was gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And that tension kind of went away after a while, which, I mean, like I was okay with it, but it's not what I was expecting from like a horror survival horror title, I guess.
Okay. It becomes like an action game.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it does. It becomes much more action based. I would say it starts off very survival horror, like probably the first like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say probably all the way up until you kill the son? Right?
I don't think you ever killed him.
Fuck.
I didn't. I don't think I killed him.
I don't think I did either.
He kind of gets away. You kill.
Yeah, you're right.
You kill the dad twice.
Yeah, you killed the dad twice.
Kill the mom.
The mom. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So all the way up until the point, like, you have like this really strong like survival horror aspect of the game, and then you get to the after like you kill the mom, because you kill the mom and then you kill the dad the second time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So after you kill the mom, that's when it kind of shifts into this more like action game,
Yes.
and it's not so much like hide and seek the video game, which I like. For some people that might do it for them. For me, it did it for me. I still enjoyed the game. It just wasn't like if you're going into this game expecting this very strong atmospheric survival horror experience the whole time, that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It does shift to a more like action, like almost like Resident Evil 4 kind of vibe to it,
Okay.
I would say.
And like I said, that's actually what I enjoyed, because I don't like not being able to do anything about my own safety.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sit well with me.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like, what the fuck? Just hit him. Just fucking hit him with something. You know, like, he's got eyes. Poke him in the eye. Like,
Yeah.
that's how my mind goes. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? So, I don't know, man. Like, I like that it went from you are absolutely this minimal little thing that can be destroyed to
Mhm.
graduating towards something where you have a shot. You just gotta be careful with your ammo. You
Yeah.
gotta be very conservative with your resources.
Yeah.
And smart with how you use them. Like that's fun to me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. And and like I said, I might be comparing it to Outlast, but I'm not saying that Outlast is a better or worse game than this.
Maybe.
I'm just saying it's different.
Dude, I get it, because
Yeah.
I compare every first person game to Dying Light now.
Right.
Because Dying Light, the mechanics were so well fleshed out
Mm-hmm.
that by the time I played Fallout 4, because I played them backwards, I played Fallout 4 after I played Dying Light, and I was
Right.
like, this is shit compared to the mechanics in Dying Light.
Right.
So I've now beaten that appropriate dead horse. Okay, we need to get to something though.
What?
There's a crossroads in this game. There's a fork in the road.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
let's actually use that to transition into story.
Okay.
So I played the game all the way through. Admittedly, I kind of rushed through it because I was trying to catch up to you, because you were quite a bit ahead of me for a while.
Okay.
So I can kind of piece together the story. I think you're going to be able to sum it up much better than me. This will have spoilers in it. I will leave a link in the description to skip to the end of this section of the video. So if you haven't played the game and you don't want to fucking know what happens, you don't have to worry about that.
Just play the damn game.
You can do that too.
Put this on a window, save it, and then get back to us. But play the damn game. It's worth a shot. It's really fun. So I did not, when given the option, save my girlfriend.
So you told me this beforehand, so I did.
Okay.
But before we get into that, let's kind of talk about, I guess, like the premise of the game. This is an old game, but I still kind of want to kind of sum it up.
Okay.
So I will go as far as I know, and then you can kind of go off of where I end.
Okay.
In the game, your girlfriend, Mia, mysteriously vanishes while she's like babysitting some friends' kids or something like that, right?
I think that's what they put it down as.
I think that's what it is. So she was babysitting some friends' kids in Louisiana?
It's gotta be Louisiana.
I think it's like Louisiana. It's somewhere in the South. I don't remember the exact state. But she magically disappears, and then she comes out of the blue and sends you a message saying that she's in this mansion in some fucking swamp.
After 3 years.
After 3 years. Which, if I was in this man's shoes, and I showed up to this mansion, and you see some of the shit that you see in the first, like, 20 seconds of this game, I'd be like, I don't love you that fucking much.
I know!
I love my wife.
Oh
I
my gosh.
fucking love my wife. But if I showed up to some fucking mansion that she was staying at, and there's like a fucking reef of human bodies, like a fucking body thing, I'll be like, nope, this is not for me. I'm calling the police. And they can fucking deal with this shit. I am not going in that fucking house. So, kind of a story gap there in my opinion, but whatever, we're gonna move past that. And when I say that there is a reef of human bodies, I am not exaggerating.
Yeah.
You're like walking through this little forest and there's like fucking legs and shit like hanging.
That wasn't human bodies though.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
That was cows.
cows. Still.
Cows and
Huge red flag. Massive red flag.
That means something's really fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're like hiking around in the forest somewhere and you find like a cross.
That is, yeah.
That's like, I'm gonna go the fuck back that
I've
way.
seen the Blair Witch Project and
Yeah,
I'm not down with that shit.
Like you see a fucking wooden shack and you're like, no, fuck no,
See,
I'm out.
this is the thing though, I'm so fucking nosy that
Oh fuck.
I'll
no,
be
dude.
like, ooh, that really looks scary. You come with me?
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna be the fucking first dude that dies in the horror movie. That is not. No.
You're white. You
no.
won't be the first guy that dies in the horror movie.
Yeah,
you guys
you're
are
darker
the
than me.
first ones
Yeah,
that
you're
die in the
darker
horror
than me.
movie.
You're
I'll
darker
go
than me.
first. Anyway, well, I admit, I even said this out loud. And, like, I was playing with my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? There ain't a pussy in the world.
No, there's not.
There's not. I will love again.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's something like I'm calling the
Especially-
National Guard. Like,
Dude,
yeah.
and if not after all that shit, especially after she tries to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because she tries to fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm.
She cuts your hand off, man. What a fucking pussy whipped dude this
Yeah.
guy is.
Holy shit, that's
He's-
love.
Yeah, no it's something.
That's love.
It's something.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah, okay, so
So anyways, you go into this fucking
down the
mansion.
road,
Yeah.
you get the option. For whatever reason, even though this boat's big as shit, you can it's like you can only carry one person with
Well,
you.
no, it's the antidote.
Okay, the antidote.
Yeah.
But why couldn't you take them both with you?
Because one of them is gonna turn. That's why.
Alright.
They're both infected,
Yeah.
right? With
Yeah.
the, like, whatever fucking disease. So, okay, alright, back up.
That doesn't make sense.
So, back up. The grandma is the real fucking enemy of this whole thing.
Whoa, wait, whoa. Slow down.
So,
It doesn't take a genius to figure that
no,
out.
it doesn't. Okay, so basically what happened was there's this fucking, so the Umbrella Company specializes in biological weapons. They find this girl. What was the name of the girl? The little girl?
Oh, I forgot.
So,
I'm not good at names.
I'm not either. So there's this little girl who has the ability to like infect people with this like mind controlling like disease or fungus or something like that,
Yes,
isn't it?
it's a fungus.
A fungus, yeah. So she can like it's very like
Cordyceps.
yeah, cordyceps.
Yeah.
Very fucking Last of Us
That's true.
vibes. So she can like infect these people with these fucking cordyceps, and they turn into like her like little puppet slaves,
Yes.
right? And because she was a bioengineered weapon, all she wants is a family. So she shipwrecks. So the boat gets shipwrecked, and she comes. What's the family's name again? Is it the Johnson family?
The Bo Johnsons.
I
The Banana Ramblers.
Look it up.
I don't fucking care what their name is.
don't know. I'd see.
It's some backwoods Hicks.
It's not.
Yes, they are.
It's not that.
Alright, Back Swamp Hicks.
There's my spooky music.
That better not be copyrighted, dude.
What?
Whatever that music is.
I don't know. I'm sure it is. Whatever. We get the copyright strike. Let's just fucking take it.
Alright.
Hang on. Let's see. What's the family in Resident Evil 7? Look at that. The Baker family. Thank you. Okay, so
I went to school with a baker.
Really?
Yeah. His name was also Jeremiah. And I fucking hated him.
Shit.
And I didn't even know why. He was actually a really cool dude.
Probably because he had the same name.
Isn't that
as you.
fucked up?
I think that's like a rule. If some guy has the same name as you, you're like, fuck you, I'm the OG. So, anyways, the ship crash lands, and the Baker family rescues Mia and this little girl because they're nice people. The little girl turns them all into fucking like zombie fungus, like cannibalistic and apparently
homicidal,
psychopathic people. And so now you're gonna go try to rescue your girlfriend. So now keep in mind, you find all this shit out like the last 20 minutes of the fucking game. So
super regenerative.
Oh yeah, super regenerative. You blast a hole in their fucking head and it starts like forming back right in front of you. So yeah, your guns are basically fucking useless. All they really do is like kind of slow them. Yeah, they slow them down, which just save your fucking bullets.
Yep, that's what I say.
Yeah, so that whole thing conspires. You kind of go through individually killing the family members, and then you get to the end where Zoe, who is the daughter of the Baker family, who did not get turned, helps you out of the Baker mansion. Okay?
Yes.
And you are left with a choice where you have the antidote to the cordyceps, and you can save your girlfriend, Mia, or you can save Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah.
So, you can tell the ending with Mia, and I will tell the ending with Zoe.
Okay, yeah, I chose not to save my girlfriend because fuck that. She tried to kill me. She looks crazy. She has like a physically, photogenically crazy look to her face that I didn't trust from the get-go. I'm serious. Like, when you're watching her home video, the way she looks was like, that's somebody who's out of their fucking mind. So I didn't trust that at all. Not to mention Zoe actually helps you.
That's true.
She actually is right there with you. She tells you where to go. She tells you what to look out for. She's helping you along the way. Zoe, from the beginning of the game, seems like this absolutely helpless, worthless fucking thing. And I have a hard time with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I gave it to the other chick.
Because I guess it is kind of hard to forgive someone chopping off your fucking hand with a chainsaw.
Jesus Christ. Why would you pick your girlfriend after that?
So, anyways, so you picked Zoe.
I did.
And
what happened?
Yeah.
Alright. She dies. Yep. You're going down the river and she's like, thank you for saving me. And the guy even says what I was thinking. He's like, you know, Mia can't help anybody right now the way she is.
Yeah.
And then she dies.
Like, is it when like the tentacles come out of the water?
It's like that fucking fast.
Oh shit.
It's like she's not gonna let us leave and she fucking calcifies right in front of you.
Oh fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck? So that's what happens.
Fuck. Okay. So, what happens when you save Mia is you save Mia, and Zoe's kind of like, what the fuck? Understandably, which I mean, Mia kind of has the same reaction. I feel like, you know, if you're one of two people left, and you're going to be kind of upset at the other person. No matter what the situation is.
Yeah, someone's got to get hurt.
Someone's got to get hurt. So you pick Mia like any normal human being would do, except for me and Jeremiah because we were sadistic fucks. And I was kind of on the same boat. Like, I was like, fuck this chick.
Yeah!
She's fucking nuts. She's trying to murder me.
Again, there was no pussy in the world that was worth that shit.
No. Fuck no. And even then, like, fucking... anyways, enough of that. So, you pick Mia, you get on the fucking boat, you start going, she's like, oh my god, I love you, and you're like, oh, I love you too. all that gross fucking shit.
Yeah.
You get to the ship, you see the ship, and then like the tentacle things come up out of the fucking water, and they knock you both into the fucking water, and they take me in, and then you pass out, and then you go to the section like on the boat that you experienced, where the main character Evan, I think is his name, is like captured, and you're playing as Mia.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, it's the same. This is the point I'm trying to get to. It's the same fucking ending. Like, it doesn't change anything.
Your choice is
irrelevant.
Yeah.
This is an illusion of choice. Okay. So if I were you, I would just flip a fucking coin.
Yeah. Or, if you're really smart, and I didn't think about this, start a new save file from that point.
Yeah, you can do that too.
And then you can go back. I should have done that.
Yeah.
However, it is completely inconsequential.
Yeah, it's 100% inconsequential. It's the same fucking ending either way. I think... Actually, no, I take that back. I think the only difference is... Oh, no, it is. It's the exact same fucking ending. Because the only difference is if you choose Zoe... You have to fight Mia again in like the weird fucking crazy psyched out way.
Yes.
And then if you pick Mia, she just pushes you out of the fucking room, and then like the fucking weird tar shit comes in, like kills her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Because that's what happens later on too, is also you find out that your girlfriend was a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. It gave her some redeeming qualities.
It did, yeah. Because she worked with like the Umbrella Corporation and stuff like that.
Well, more than that, you see how able-bodied she was, how fearless she was, willing to just act, because she doesn't come off like that throughout the whole game.
No.
And then you see this other facet of her, and then it's like, okay, so maybe that's how much this disease gets a hold of you. She has no control of herself, and she's aware of it. How awful must that be?
Yeah.
So that was interesting and very revealing, and it made me feel for her character.
Yeah. And then also too, like at the very end when like I think it's Chris Redcliffe that makes the cameo at the end.
I'll believe it.
It's the guy from one of the first Resident Evil. So when Redcliffe comes in at the end and they take you up in the helicopter, if you choose to say Mia is on the helicopter and she's live.
Oh. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Versus with, I think if you pick the Zoe ending,
you're just by yourself.
Yeah, you're by yourself on the helicopter.
You actually, like, you hold her photo and you say goodbye.
Yeah, and you just
really sad.
Yeah. So, which ironically enough, so Resident Evil Village, I think the ending where Mia lives is the canonical version because Resident Evil Village starts and Mia is still alive.
Oh.
So I think that was like kind of something, I don't know if they just like added that like kind of last minute. They're like, yeah, let's just give them a fucking choice. And then like it's more like, because I mean it is a difficult choice at the time. Like looking back on it, it's really not that fucking difficult because it's more like, it really doesn't change anything.
Right.
Like it's not like you have two drastically different endings, it's just like some of the minor stuff is different.
That is kind of fucked up though because I had to kill Mia on my version.
That's what I'm saying. You have to fight her and kill her if you pick Zoe. But if you pick Mia, she saves you and then ends up living.
Well, Mia saves you if you pick Zoe also. You do play as Mia.
Right.
But when you finally find Ethan, it takes over immediately. Which I thought was fucked up too, because the whole time you're playing as Mia, you're actively searching for him and you're trying to save him and you don't get taken over at all. And as soon as you find him, you get taken over again.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of cheap.
That's a big game.
Yeah, I know. I know.
They gotta get their fucking thrills somewhere.
You can't like be too hard on the storyline.
Yeah, And I think that's kind of like what I was talking about where, like with Outlast, it's kind of a similar facet, right? Where you're trying to save your wife from a cult. But one of the biggest differences is there's not really... So Outlast is extremely linear in the sense that there's no choice in the game. You just kind of walk through this corridor and things are happening to you and you react to it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like with this game, like if the ending where Mia lives is what's supposed to fucking happen, then just have that be the ending.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Don't.
So that's gonna be weird for me now.
Yeah. Which, to be honest with you, like after playing Biohazard, I don't know necessarily that I'll play Resident Evil Village.
Oh, I'm doing it. That's like next.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love this.
So that's surprising for me. To me, it really is. So I don't know that necessarily I will play Resident Evil Village, at least not at the price that it's at right now. I might wait for a sale or something.
Or find it on Craigslist.
Yeah, that too. You know, just trade like a fucking handy for it or something.
Whoa!
What?
No.
Okay, motherfucker. You make a joke about having sex with dead people, and then I make a joke about a hand job, and whoa!
You brought it up, actually.
I brought it up, but you fucking crossed that line. You were the one who crossed that line. There's a very defined line in the sand that we were like conforming to, and you're the one who fucking crossed it. Don't give me that bullshit.
I ain't giving nobody a hand. I am not the handyman.
Not even for a PS5?
Fuck no.
I'm not saying me, but...
No.
Oh, I fucking would.
No.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
I know, but you're a slut.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you got a fucking extra PS5 and a boner, I might be able to help you out.
Filters on here, right?
I really hope someone just takes that. I hope someone just takes that clip and just fucking edits a dick in your head. And posts on your fucking Facebook.
Make it into a meme.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, take one of my faces like this and put that next to it. No!
It's like a fucking, what are those called? Like a double burn image or whatever. It's like your fucking face in the background, just like,
No, I'm sure someone's getting rid of Resident Evil Village because they're just selling the system or something. And
yeah,
I'm one of those dudes. Like I'm really like thrifty. I'd rather buy it used anyway.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I don't need. I'm not one of those people that I have to peel that cellophane off of the label to make sure that it's good.
I buy digital copies of games anyway, so
yeah.
I don't experience that in the first place.
Well. But dude, if you want to go cheaper, that's one way for sure to go cheaper.
Just wait for them to go on sale online.
Whatever. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey for 70% off.
Yeah, because it's fucking old.
Yeah, but it's still 70% off.
What's that streaming service that you had?
PlayStation Now?
I'm gonna look into that.
That's pretty good. It's like $10 a month. They have games that you download too, which is cool.
I'm thinking that's a good way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of fun games on there for sure. There's also a lot of shit games on there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know, like just like these fucking weird like indie games that are made by like two people that
come play our game.
Yeah, well, I mean it's cool. Like it's like yeah, like if you want to make a video game with like your buddy or something like that, that's something that you could fucking do.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be very good, maybe. I don't know. I can't talk. Well, I don't necessarily say that because Kena Bridge of Spirits, I fucking love that game. That game was made by 6 people.
Kena.
Kena.
Kano.
Kena.
Kena.
Yes, it's spelled Kena,
Okay.
but it's pronounced Kena. That's how they say it in the game.
Can't be worse than Brawlhalla. Have you tried Brawlhalla?
I've heard it's terrible.
It's like, it's an abortion of Super Smash Bros. Swear to God, it's not good.
Yeah. Most of those like rip-off fucking games aren't.
They do things to try and lure you in, like, look, we put Hellboy in there. There's a special package. It's like, yeah, that is cool. But it doesn't change that the game has really wonky controls.
Yeah, it's fucking shitty, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of games on PlayStation Now. I'm not gonna say they're bad games because that is someone's passion. Like, I will 100% say that anything that EA makes is a shitty game because they have a lot of resources and they have like an infinite number of employees, basically.
Well, you know what, dude?
But if you're just like fucking two dudes like chilling in your fucking living room or something like that, making a video game on a laptop, and like it's not really my cup of tea, I'm not gonna talk shit about your game.
At this point, when it comes to EA, it's like, you know what? That's your reputation, and it's a fucking earned reputation.
Yeah.
Like, you did that.
That's like, there's this, I'll show you the trailer for it when we're done here. There's this game that's made by EA called Lost in Random, and it looks like something I would really enjoy, but I won't buy it because it's made by EA.
We got burned on that Star Wars thing.
We got burned on Star Wars, we got burned on fucking, what was the fucking like Iron Man type game?
Anthem.
We got burned on fucking Anthem. I got burned on Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just too many times.
It's like, what are they doing? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Because they used to run video games.
Oh yeah, they did.
Dude, there was like EA Sports. They had everything. They were all over the commercials on TV. When I was in middle school, anyway.
Yeah.
EA was a big fucking deal.
EA was a big deal when I was in middle school too. Like I think all the way up until like probably like the PS3 era.
Yeah.
Like PS3, PS4 era.
Yeah.
That's when they kind of started to go downhill.
Falling off.
Yeah. But anyways, final thoughts on Resident Evil Biohazard?
Fuck this game, dude. I'm just kidding.
We get like a cool fucking script that goes with it. Fuck this game. Fancy curse.
I think that started when we were playing Detroit Become Human. I really do.
I think you're right,
I remember
yeah.
I gave it an honest review for the whole thing. I talked about all the stuff that was good. I talked about all the stuff that I liked. And I waited until you said, now, final rating. I went, fuck this game.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Oh my god. That's funny.
It's like, you can't make it a good game just by putting Mr. Krabs in it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you can't make it a good game by putting fucking John Bernthal in it.
Yeah,
You saw
apparently.
Yeah. Fucking
God, that made me so sad.
Ghost Recon.
That made me so sad.
Do you want to know what will make you sadder? Go back and watch the original trailer.
Yeah, because you remember how excited you were.
No, it's just a different game. That's all.
It was completely a different game.
It's a completely different game. So, anyways, my final thoughts are:
They're always
if
doing this.
you are looking for a pure action horror survival game, this is probably not the game to get.
Okay.
I would recommend either the Outlast games, Amnesia, maybe like Resident Evil 2. I would say like the Resident Evil 2 reboot is more survival horror-esque.
I wish I could remember that one that I sent you a trailer of. It was last year. I think I sent you a trailer of this video game that was in development. And it's using the Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? And I show you where a guy's cruising down the street and he goes to adjust his stereo, and when he looks up, there's a dude in the road going like this.
Oh,
swerve.
yeah.
Ooh, that looks fucked up.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a pure...
We gotta look that one up.
Yeah, if you're looking for like a pure survival horror game, something that is going to keep and maintain that like horror tension from start to finish, this is probably not the game for you. If you are looking something to, I would say, dip your toes into the survival horror genre,
Okay.
this is probably a good game to start on. Because it is still very action-y. It does have action game sequences in it. It does have boss fights.
It's stingy with resources.
Yeah, it's stingy with resources. It does a good job of making you feel in control just enough. Where you feel like you're kind of in control of the situation, but you're still very much being pushed around by the game. I think like right now it's like $20 fucking or something like that. I feel like for $20, like just fucking get it and try it.
I think I got mine for 16 and it had VR options.
Yeah. It might be less than that, honestly. So mine came with my PS5 because I have the PlayStation Plus collection with my PS5. So I didn't pay anything for it. So obviously I was going to play it. But even at $20, I would say this game was worth it.
Yeah.
100%. I think even if I would have bought this game new at $60, I would have been pretty satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Not as satisfied as I am at a $20 price tag for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would say if like if you're new to the survival horror genre and like you see the Resident Evil Village, but you don't want to pay the $60 for it, pick up Resident Evil Biohazard because I haven't played Village. I'm assuming it's kind of the same formula.
Okay.
One can only assume. Are you fucking simping over the big vampire chick too?
No.
Oh, that looked like what you were about to say.
No.
I've already
I'm getting in there though. Like I want to see what this is.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I suggested Resident Evil is because I'm like, dude, they already have a sequel ready.
Yeah.
Like all we gotta do is crush this one and then we can get in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fucking ready.
Yeah. So.
Am I simping? Is that what you said?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like you're being a fucking simple dude.
Oh, right, titties.
Yeah.
Big titties.
Yeah, big titties.
Dude, that'd be like throwing a fucking hot dog down a hallway with that chick. She's so big.
Maybe, I don't know.
There's a big fetish on that though.
There is. Yeah, it's massive.
Gigantism or something like that.
Yeah,
whatever
I
it
don't
is.
fucking know.
There's guys that like jerk off to the idea of like getting crushed by a giant.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird. So.
Just watch regular porn, you fucking weirdos.
Yeah, I would say though, final thoughts, absolutely worth the price point that the game's at now.
Fun.
Even if it was, $40, I'd say it's still worth it for me.
Fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
Very fun.
Scary.
It is scary. It does have good horror moments to it,
Yeah.
for sure.
These fucking things.
Yeah, especially like that fucking. Like when the dad comes back, it's like that big old fucking booger thing.
That was weird, man.
It was weird. I was like, ugh. Like there's a lot of like moments for sure. Man, like I got a pretty fucking strong stomach, man. And I remember like one time I got done playing this game, and like my wife made something. I don't remember what it was, but it had kind of the same color as something in the game, and I was just like,
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
She's
And I was just like,
on the stove and
yeah. Well, no, she was like, yeah, are you hungry? I was like, not really.
yeah. Let me get some Taco Bell.
Yeah. I just didn't want food.
You will. There's maggots all over that fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's gross.
Give you flashbacks of the trash job.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the trash job wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of wriggling rice when I was doing the trash room job.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time that happened. I dumped a toter and I was like, man, this neighborhood loves Chinese food. I wasn't even thinking about it.
And then
I really looked at him and I was like, oh shit, they're going in all directions. That's alive, man!
Those are maggots.
Those are maggots. That's crazy. And then I remembered that movie Flushed Away. Larva.
So, anyways, I think that's really all I have for this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment and share it with your friends.
Be patient with this because apparently we need a new fucking charger. And
Do you need that?
and hopefully we'll be like doing a little bit of double content. Load the other fucking video, Bryce!
Sorry.
Alright.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.